So this weekend I went viral, and I mean viral, for saying this.
A lot of y'all are mad because I said I wish y'all would stop putting y'all kids in football, and particularly black people. Y'all keep saying, well, it's not about the sport, it's about what the sports do for the kids. Y'all, chess club can do the same thing. Debate club can do the same thing. Robotics can do the same thing for your children. Instilling discipline on your children is something you can do.
And did my opinion change? Hell no. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to take off your shoes and relax your feet and party on down to the Church around beach, because we about to get into this shit. Before I go ahead and I give my opinion and I really explain things, I really want to see why are people upset before I react to somebody being upset, because I think that's something that we do a lot as people. We will react to people being upset when the whole time we don't even understand why they are upset. So we're going to start with a couple comments. So this girl also posted my video on Threads. It went viral on Threads as well. So somebody said, his name is Ela Rapim. He said, I agree, period. But his sexuality may have a huge influence on why he didn't like the contact sports that mostly everyone else does. Fast, big, tall, and most importantly, rough kids. I really think a child should partake in every extracurricular activity he mentioned alongside contact sports, because we as black people are highly imbalanced when we could easily be well-rounded. Listen, I don't give a fuck what someone's sexual orientation is, but to say stop putting your children in sports is wild. Now, this pissed me off, and y'all gonna be like, well, why did it piss me off? The first part. I agree, but his sexuality may have a huge influence on why he didn't like the contact sports that mostly everyone else's does. I've never said my sexuality publicly, and this is exactly why. Y'all judge people by their category and not the content of their character, or that perpetuates stereotypes. You get what I'm saying? This idea that somebody's sexuality defines them is what has a lot of y'all fucked up in the head. I was just having this conversation the other day. I said, if Ray Monte or Santana get into a fight in the middle of the street, it's gonna be, that's that gay shit. They do too much, whoop, whoop, right? But if motherfucking Lil Uzi, if motherfucking Future, if motherfucking, I don't know, Gervonta Davis whoop they baby mama ass, that's not that, ain't nobody gonna say that's that straight shit. You get what I'm saying? But when you are different in society, or when society perceives you as being different, right, they automatically want to put you in a category, and they let that define who you are. Now, majority of what he said really wasn't harm, but my sexuality had nothing to do with it. Want to know why? Because I played football. And not only did I play football, I was first string at football. Up until like high school, when people realized I really didn't like sports, every coach was trying to get me to come to their team. So my sexuality had nothing to do with it. I just quickly realized game. Okay. Now, as far as what he said, he did agree with me when he said every kid should partake in every extracurricular activity he mentioned. I feel like we're going to get into the rest of it a little more deeper in the video, but we're gonna go to the next comment.
So, first things first, I want to say much love to bro. Go watch his video. It's no hate to him. But what I will say is, I think when people are having this debate, I think you're forgetting about two major things in the black community. One, outside of football, there's nothing else to do. I grew up in Philadelphia. I don't know where bro grew up, but the only thing you have to do is either play sports, so football or basketball, or be a street nigga. That's it. Now, later in life, you might find other shit to be interested in. Like for me, I'm a photographer. But I didn't pick that hobby up until my 12th grade year of school. It's just certain shit we don't have in the Philadelphia school system, right? For example, my best friend in the world, he's white, I'm black. If y'all in the Philadelphia area, you know, he lives in King of Prussia, and I lived in Uptown my whole life, and then I ended up moving to Northeast, right? My 10th grade year of high school. One day I was at bro crib, and he was like, yo, bro, tomorrow we gotta go to my school for one of my programs or some shit. And I'm like, all right, bet, what's the program? He told me robotics. Gang, the closest thing I ever had to robotics was art class. And I didn't have art class past the 6th grade. Bro, you lose. I meant to say music class, but growing up in Philly, I can only speak for Philly. I don't know how it is in the rest of America. But bro, you don't have many options. It literally is only football, basketball, or the streets. So I think a lot of people end up putting their kids in sports to avoid the streets. And the second thing I don't think people are taking into account is peer pressure. No lie to y'all, bro. Y'all can tell you, oh, well, you shouldn't let people influence your decisions, this, that, and the third. But when you're at 15, 16, you're the most impressionable. Girls, and I can only speak as a male, girls always talk about, oh, I want an athlete, I wanted this, I wanted that. Yeah, why the fuck would I want to sign up for robotics if my crush telling me she want a football player? Duh. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I fell victim to this, but I know real people who have fallen victim to these things. So these are things that you have to take into account. There are real life problems.
First of all, I just want to give him his kudos because he did something that a lot of y'all clearly don't have the capacity to do. He gave it very respectful when he didn't attack me. So he starts off the video stating that he's from Philly, and I think he said, I'm not too sure, I'm gonna have to go back, but I think he said North Philly or Uptown or whatever the case may be. I believe that's the hood because I'd have been to Philly a couple times. I'm from Detroit, so we come from a similar background. This is a big misconception that I feel like a lot of people have in inner city situations. A lot of y'all in inner city areas, a lot of y'all truly believe that your surroundings is it. No, that's just what you know about. And that is why it's so important to get out of your surroundings and go see some shit. Notice when he said he went to his friend's high school, right? He went to his friend's high school. He was able to learn about robotics. And he probably didn't even know what the fuck robotics was. I know because I had a similar experience myself. But this is why you have to branch out of where you are and go learn something. And the people say, well, they don't have the resources. I'm going to tell you right now, they have free resources in Philly. I can find them. They have free resources for debate club in Philly. They have free resources for robotics in Philly. Right? They have these things. You just didn't know about it. Everybody want to talk about, oh, this is possible. Anything's possible. Until it's time to apply that to your own life, y'all don't believe it. It's possible. It's out there. You get what I'm saying? It was there when you was a child. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know your situation, but maybe you, maybe your family, y'all just didn't go out and branch out and see it because it was there. It was there. Same with Michigan. It was there. My parents just didn't know. You get what I'm saying? And so I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, again, it's nothing wrong with that. But saying this idea that you have two choices but to be in the streets or to go be a goddamn football player or basketball player is something that is hindering a lot of y'all. It's cutting off y'all kids' feet before they're able to even walk. You get what I'm saying? Because I tell people all the time, and this is why we see so many people that come from the environment that we come from, brother, visible illusions, brother. This is why we see so many people that come from that same motherfucking environment go down a walk that they go down. Because let me tell you what happens. And I'm going to tell y'all something y'all don't want to hear. What happens is these black boys, like you said, they come from the hood. They only know the streets or football, basketball, baseball. So they come from the hood. They hustle their whole motherfucking life trying to get to the league. Once they don't get in because it's a less than 1% chance getting the league, where do you think they go? You said it's only two options. They go to the motherfucking streets. The streets. So you mean to tell me it's only two options? It's a kid in the hood right now that know how to code. It's a kid in the hood right now that know multiple languages. It's a kid in the hood right now that you wouldn't even know that's from the hood. You would just think this nigga from the suburbs. So this idea that there's only two options is something that is fucking black people up. Next, let's just go ahead and let's get into the juice of it all. The reason why I say I feel like as a black community, we should stop putting our children in sports is because I truly do believe that in our community, we are programming our children to think their strongest asset is their body and not their brain. And that is an idea, that is a notion, that is a belief that comes from our colonizers. We gotta remember when we were first kidnapped from Africa, they didn't just kidnap regular people. They were kidnapping doctors, lawyers, kings, politicians, philanthropists, fucking overall just amazing human beings and very intelligent, well-rounded human beings as well. You get what I'm saying? They didn't look at this man and say, you know what, he a doctor. Oh, that nigga gonna be a good doctor when he come down here. No, they said that nigga 6 foot, he got abs and he can lift anything. Put his ass on the field. They said she a well-rounded woman. She thick. Oh, wait, she was a nurse. Wait, put her ass on the field. I don't give a damn. So you got to think about stuff like that, right? This idea that, so when you're putting your children in sports, that's the first thing you put your children in, right? That's the first activity you put your children in. You throw your children in sports. You throw them in football. You throw them in basketball. That is where you learned that from. But I just made a video on this a long time ago. I said, you know what? As black people, we got to really learn to give our whitewashed brothers and sisters grace. Because a lot of y'all don't want to accept that. Because a lot of y'all in the black community and the marginalized communities as a whole, the worst thing that you can be is whitewashed. So I get it. A lot of y'all don't want to accept that your idea, that you're promoting an idea that came from our colonizers. That's what you're doing. When you're saying, okay, you know what, my child, he big. He big. Let me put him in sports. Let me put his body to use. Not let me see if this nigga good at robotics. Let me see if this nigga good at mathematics. Let me see if he knows something about statistics. What do you actually know? Y'all are signing your children up for 12 years of football, right? For a less than 1%, So this ain't even the whole thing. It's really right here, okay? For a less than 1% chance of getting in the NFL. But let's just say a miracle happens and they get to the NFL. It's a 70% chance that after 3 years, they're going to go broke. And then after, let's just say they go broke and they overcome it, or let's just say they don't go broke, it's almost a guaranteed chance that they're going to die from a disease called CTE, which turns your brain into mashed potatoes. So ultimately, you're setting your children up for failure no matter what. No matter what. So what I'm telling y'all is this. It's nothing wrong with putting your children in sports. Sports is amazing. It's nothing wrong with putting your children in sports at all. I think sports are amazing. I think they teach children character, etc. I think it keeps them in shape. I don't think it's anything wrong with putting your children in sports. What I'm saying is sports should not be the first option, because especially football shouldn't be the first option, because football is going to it's going to ultimately lead your children down a path of failure. When in real life, you can be putting your children in something that will actually equip them to be successful. And y'all can say, well, damn, you know what? If football gonna equip my child with skills, like a lot of y'all was saying, it does. It teaches your child to build character. But you wanna know what else? We wanna know what else does. Debate club, chess club. That also do. Get what I'm saying? That also do. Golf also does. Teaching your children trades also does. That also does. And the reason a lot of y'all don't want to go that route is because you want your child to be the star of a show that's not going to do anything for him. You want your child to be the star of a show that ain't nobody going to clap in. That's why you mad. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of background about me. I'm going to give y'all a little background about me. So I started off in football when I was 5 years old. The first team I ever played for was called the West 7 Mile Rams, okay? I was big. I was black. And I believe my parents kind of wanted to do something, like he said, toughen me up, okay? Got in football, hated football, but football liked me, apparently, because I was like first string. I was a very good kid at football. From day one, I didn't like football too much. It was just too much exercise. It was too much. It wasn't my thing, but I played it, right? And over time, I played it. I got about 10 years old, and I told my daddy I wasn't playing that shit no more. And he looked at me like, what? And I was like, no, I'm not playing football. He said, why you not playing football no more? I said, I'm not playing football no more because the only reason I'm playing football is for you. Him and my mama looked at each other like, what? But the only time I can very, very, very accurately remember getting the support from my daddy was in sports. That's not to bash my daddy, because, you know, shit, he ain't know. I'm his first child. I'm his first son. But my point of saying this is, a lot of times, y'all be putting y'all kids in shit y'all want to do. You wanted your child to go to the NFL. You wanted your child to play ball. You wanted your child to be in sports. You wanted your child to go to the NBA because that's what you wanted to do. I don't know who needs to tell you this. I don't know if I do need to tell you this.
You old, nigga. It's not happening. You want to be the star of a show? Pick up a motherfucking camera. You better go rap or something. Y'all niggas be killing me, boy. I swear. I swear y'all be killing me. And then the idea, and then I also want to talk about this too. The idea that my sexuality is the reason I think the way that I think is so crazy to me. Because if that's the case, then the way most straight people think, which I never see nobody talk about, is fucked up. Because most pedophiles are straight. Most killers are straight. Most school shooters are straight. Most rapists are straight. Most racists are straight. Most white nationalists are straight. I'm just being for real. I mean, most people who kidnap people are straight. Most people who steal are straight. Most people who are horrible beings are straight. So my sexuality doesn't define me, just like your sexuality doesn't define you. Learn how to judge people by the content of their character and not their category. That is where a lot of y'all fuck up constantly. Y'all have this belief in y'all head that this person, y'all have this belief in y'all head that because somebody is homosexual, they gay, they trans, that defines them. That's just a part of them. That is just a part of them. And I can't believe the fact that there was black men saying that. Because if somebody said that about your skin color, you'd be pissed. He stole from the store because he was black. He robbed that lady because he was black. He killed that girl because he was black. He raped that woman because he was black. He dogged that woman because he was black. Somebody said that about you, you'd be pissed. I know because I'm a black man and I'd be pissed my motherfucking self. But since we want to talk about it, and I want to respond to this one comment, because this one tickled my spirit. This one tickled my spirit. Cold Game Bonnie. He said, a lot of parents do it to build character so they don't end up like him, a softie. A softie can't teach me shit about my young boy, my baby boy, or my teenage boy. A softie started his own business when he was 16. A softie turned 21 and bought his first investment property. A softie owns 2 Airbnbs and now he's about to close his third one in about a month or two. A softie did that. I would love to see what Cold Game Bonnie does. I would love. Maybe you could teach me something or teach your kids something. I'm sure you could, actually. Because you obviously, are able to analyze things in society. And you come off very homophobic. But to each his own. A lot of black people want to cherry pick civil rights. But I'm going to get off that for a minute because I feel like we're getting off topic. I'm going to leave this video off with saying this. If you want your children to play sports, you want your children to play basketball, kudos. You want your children to play football, kudos. But that should not be the only option. Because what you're doing is when you invest, people invest millions of dollars until their kids get into the NFL and don't make it. They invest billions of dollars to their kids becoming fucking the next Dwight Howard, the next Cam Newton, the next Anthony Edwards. And it don't happen. So hear me loud and hear me clear. Black people, we need to equip our children with skills. Business skills. Trade skills. Imagine if your child left high school becoming a plumber, becoming an electrician, becoming a carpenter. Imagine that. Imagine how well off he would be than a nigga who spent 12 years trying to get into the league and it didn't happen. Imagine your child left motherfucking high school with a debate scholarship and a full ride. Like this girl, I gotta find her fucking comment. I'm gonna put it up there. Kudos to that mom. That girl who her son got like a debate scholarship and now he got a full ride to Columbia. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine your child being able to be fluent in 5 languages and he's a verified translator. So he's coming out of high school, don't even got to go to college because he can make 6 figures off that alone. Imagine that. I don't know if y'all think I'm talking because I got a tongue or if I'm just running my mouth to run it, but I know people who have done these things. That's why I'm telling you it's possible. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care if you're in a projects right now. It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. A lot of y'all watch me on TikTok. I don't know if y'all think I live a glamorous lifestyle. I don't know if y'all think I live in Beverly Hills. Shit, I'm going to come up myself. I don't come from millions of dollars. But I make that shit happen. But it would have been way easier if somebody would have set me down at a young age and said, this is real estate. This is business credit. This is how you start a business. This is an LLC. This is what an LLC can do for you. It would have been way easier if somebody would have equipped me with a skill that I knew at a very young age I could come out of high school making money with. Whatever y'all get from this video is whatever y'all get from this video. But two things before I go, man. Children being in sports is not a bad thing. I fuck with football. Go Lions, nigga. Another thing. Your child's strongest asset is his brain, not his body. And when you introduce to them, the first thing that you introduce to them is so crucial. Because if you're telling your child, hey, I'm going to put you in football, that's what you're teaching them. But if you tell your child, hey, I'm going to put you in debate, that's teaching my child, okay, wait, you smart. That's teaching the child, damn, my mama think I'm smart. My daddy think I'm smart. Pay attention to your child. That's the end.